And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to another weekend edition here of the WardiTV Monday. WardiTV Monday number 93. Your weekly dose of WardiTV action, and also the very first WardiTV Monday of the new patch. Welcome, bienvenidos, everyone. Welcome one and all. Again, we typically would cover this via, we used to cover this live on a weekly basis, and then in recent months we switched to replay casts. But now, especially with the new patch, we are going to be jumping in live. Let's go. I'm of course just ZvP, with whom I'm joined by the amazing players and by the people in chat as well. Welcome one and all. We are jumping into our first series of the broadcast. Exclamation mark, be in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is live, the bracket is stacked, and it's quite a lot of matches going on here. We did decide to go live a little bit later in the broadcast. We're already one round in for the most part, so you know what? Let's catch up with the bracket. Let's catch up. Okay, from the top, we have MaxPax. MaxPax, he takes down Ludwig 2-0. MaxPax is up against Cure in the quarterfinals. Scrolling down a little bit further, we have Björn. Björn also waiting for the quarterfinals, waiting for the winner of Ryung and Shino. Scrolling down a little, oh, Shino took down Harsam. Oh my, it's the Shino, papi, calm down. Very impressive, as Harsam was knocked out in the first round. We have Clem versus Christiana, and of course we have our series as well, SHIN versus Gerald. Let's go. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Washouts, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Onside. It is SHIN. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we delve into our initial best of 3. Bearing in mind that for this tournament, all matches are best of 3s until the grand finals, and the semis will be played one after the other, so we'll be able to catch up with the other casters and of course come together for those semi-finals. Let's go. For now, we are going to be calming down. When it comes to the new patch, of course, it's been live for a week, or at this point, like just under a week, like 6 days at this point. Again, we were able to host this event, or the current version of the game, in Pegasus Cups, in Sparkling Tuna Cups, during the Doyo Cup as well, during the RSL qualifier earlier today, and now we're live with the WardiTV Monday, the first edition on said new patch. And we've had some time for players to kind of gather their bearings a little bit, to kind of find their footing and get and embrace the patch. And honestly, I was really impressed with what PvT is currently looking like, at least based on what we've seen from players like Trigger, players like Zaun, Cure, and Björn earlier this morning in the RSL. If you missed it, I highly recommend the VODs. Those were insane matches, incredible games. I loved what we saw in those PvTs, but now we're back to PvZ. This is a matchup, of course, where Zerg players are coming in at a big advantage due to the lava buff when it comes to increased worker production, increased army production as well. We'll see how our Protoss players are attempting to approach this. We have seen a lot of hyper defensive play. We've been seeing a lot of aggression and a lot of all-ins as well. We saw that from Neeb against Scarlet in the Doyo Cup, as he did find that going into standard openers was not enough to cut it against high-level Zerg play. So all-ins or hyper defensive to play extremes on both ends is kind of what we expect against Zerg from both Protoss and Terran. We'll see if that trend is continuing on in this, or as the patch has progressed. We shall see. Also, Shema, papi, Shema in the chat. So now we are going to be opening up. And for the time being, we do have our standard openers. Hatch Gas Pool. SHIN does take the unnatural natural. Gerald does poke in and will force the base to be taken. Outside of that, though, Link Speed is on the way, pulling out a gas. Standard openers out of SHIN so far. Likewise, Gerald going for a second choice. Most likely Stargate play. Most likely. Which is still the go-to, which is still what we expect. Getting to Stargate openers. And from there, that's when we can diverge. There it is. Stargate has been thrown down. We can go Stargate into Oracle into Blink, but we have been seeing a lot of Glaive Adepts charge, a lot of more aggressive early Twilight Council timings. Even 3 base 8 all-ins. But I don't really know if Gerald is really the kind of player to be hyper-aggressive. Like, in general, he's more of a passive, more of a standard, more macro-ish player, at least historically. So I don't know if the current patch really does kind of lend towards that style here. We'll see. We'll see how Gerald has found himself, or is looking to adapt. If at all. Adept does threaten the shade. Dipping in between the bases. We have our A-Lings on the way here to shut this down. With Tool Depths, of course, Gerald, he can threaten the mineral lines and can catch some workers off guard and deal some damage. And is going to be opening up, oh, not Oracle, but Void Ray first. Okay, the first big difference here from Gerald does open up Void Ray. We'll be looking to claim that third expansion. And from here, do we go into a Fleet Beacon, into a second Stargate, or into a Twilight Council? Show us your hidden tech. Again, the power of a Void Ray opener is you're able to hide what you're doing next by hunting down said overlords. Hunting down overlords, denying vision, denying scouting, and making it difficult for the Zerg player to confirm what exactly is going on. And that's the goal, at least. Oh. It's going to be the goal. As the episode, you hold their own. And it is going to be for a faster Twilight Council. Okay, I mean, I say faster. I would say that's a relatively standard timing here with the Twilight Council. We'll see if we throw down a Forge. With no Forge, we're expecting something more aggressive here, like Glaives or Charge. But we'll see. As Gerald throws down 3 more Gateways. Getting to 4 gates. Wardi did hunt down the 1 Overlord, and will support the Adepts at least somewhat. Oh, one of them does try to shade away. Is going to be hunted down. And what is the plan? Twilight Council is not done. Warping in additional Stalkers. We're leaning more towards Blink. And Blink is on the way, but no Forge, by the way. This Overlord survived? Ooh, that should not have happened. Yeah, I just assumed that it had gone down. But the Overlord gets a full scout, does confirm everything. Lack of Forge, extra gateways, early tech. We can see it is going to be Blink on the way. Now, from here, because there's no Forge, there's a high chance we go into a heavy gateway count. If you recall, I did mention previously that 8 gate 3 base all-ins have been making a return, and so far we have 4, now up to 6 gateways, and we're expecting additional gateways as well. One of the reasons why this build is as strong as it is at the moment, one, I mean, we're avoiding late game, and yep, there it is, 7th, now 8th gateway has been thrown down, so we're avoiding longer, later games. We're embracing all-ins in the current meta against Zerg. It's almost non-stop all-ins, but on top of that, because of the way that warping mechanic works, you only need a pylon. You don't have to wait for a gateway to finish up. So proxy pylons are much more useful when it comes to reinforcing the army and getting across the map. So it is going to be that 3 base all in. SHIN should be aware that this is a big possibility just because of the scat earlier. SHIN, he saw the lack of Forge, now he sees additional Stalker warp-ins, so SHIN now knows, okay, it's not Charge, it's not Glaive, it has to be Blink, and there's a higher chance because of the lack of Forge that we have a gateway explosion. Of course, SHIN hasn't confirmed, but he can infer from what he's seen so far. Behind this, going into Pulse on Melee, Safety Roach Horn as well, so it's going to be Ling Roach initially, no Banelings. Spire is on the way. This is greedy here from SHIN, we'll see if we can get away with it, but now it is just going to be purely Ling Roach. Let's go. Let's go. As Queens, they will be able to zone away. Behind this, Lings, they poke in. Once again, going to be forced back. Players in game see the icons of building to show what's in queue? No. Only visual icons. So for example, when a building is researching, it does have a different visual change. When a Stargate is producing a unit, it does actually show the unit inside of the building. So there are certain changes like that. But here we go, we do collapse on top of the Stalkers. And so far, a couple of Stalkers are getting caught out. Decent catch here from SHIN, but we have more reinforcements on the way. And again, we have fast warp-ins on the front lines already. As Gerald, he's all in. It's all or nothing. Shaving off Lings. We have 17 Roaches in production. Again, the longer this game goes on, the better it is for SHIN. SHIN just has to buy a little bit more time. Catching out the pylon. Very nice. Coming in from behind. No more reinforcements. Yeah, no more reinforcements. Pylon goes down. SHIN, he will lose an expansion, but it's okay. He's already on 4. He still has 4 bases and the hybrid expansion as well. This is not good enough damage. Gerald, he attempts to expand. That should be a kill. Oh, be able to save it. Nice blink. Nice blink, nice save. And again, Gerald is trying to transition. Charge is on the way, but remember, there's no Forge, there's no +1. We're lacking gases as well. We're lacking the 4th expansion. Gerald is falling behind. He's falling behind, and now the Muta play is gonna kick in. Oh, yeah, Spire did finish. We have 8 Mutas on the way. There is a lot of anti-air, that is true, but remember, Gerald doesn't want to be at home defending. He wants to be across the map. He wants to be in the face of SHIN. He wants to be in the face. In the face, Bappy. SHIN sort of steps in. Catching out a couple of stalkers. Mutas are on the way. They're on the way, pappy. And the mineral lines are exposed. For now, we do dive into said mineral line, getting 1, 2, maybe 3. 3 pro kills so far. Mutas, they pull back. Catching on more pylons. Again, this is going to be keeping Gerald busy back at home. This does give SHIN a lot of breathing room to expand. Expand, drone up, saturate, to build up a greater map control. Oracle does recall back home. Army rotates towards the northern base, and SHIN is about to max. He's about to max out. Again, you can see how quickly SHIN ramps up. And a lot of this is due to the failed all-in, right? The failed aggression. Killed a base, but that's all that was really gained for Geralt early on. That's all that was achieved. Again, not good enough. Roach is going to be deflected. Mass Muta making its way towards the natural. We have how many? We have 22. Oh, soon to be 26. 26 Mutas. That's going to be a lot of Mutas, pappy. Links are put in. Oh, they try to. Very quick warping out of Geralt. Very nice. Despite that, Mutas, they just fight head on. Yeah, they fight head on. They catch out the Phoenixes. They catch out the Stalkers. Oh, Phoenix goes down. Additional Stalkers as well. That's... Oh, Jesus. That's 14 Stalker kills so far. It's a lot of Stalkers going down. As the army's distracted, here comes the main ground force for SHIN. It does backstab the 4th base. Archers, they move in as well. Ground force to react. Oh, does keep up with the Mutas. Mutas are turned away, but the base is going to go down. Massive pickup. Takes down the 4th. Trades well against the Zealots. And again, Geralt just cannot keep up. Not against these kind of trades, not against these kind of losses. Not like this. Not like this, pappy. Ah. Rushing to a fleet beacon. There's a second Stargate. Geralt needs more time. He needs more time, pappy. SHIN calms down, pulls back, pivots back around. Oof. Catching out the Oracle, catching out stray units, the Oracle, Void Ray, Phoenix, sorry, Sentry as well. And this is getting a hand. It's very quickly getting a hand here. Oof. Yeah, Phoenix, they fly too close. Stalkers, they dive into the army. He's crazy. I mean, it's all the girl can do. Yeah, Stalkers, they get caught out. Brutal losses there for Geralt as he will lose the entire main army. You cannot blink away. Not from the Mutas. You can't get away, pappy. Down to 3 Stalkers, down to 2, down to 1, down to 0. 0 Stalkers left, catching all of the Phoenixes. Again, the Mutas are snowball out of control. And with that, SHIN has broken the 4th expansion. At the same time, Geralt is going for Zealot counterattacks, Zealot run-bys. At the 5th, 6th, 3rd base as well. Zealots all over the place. They're doing what they can, and they're getting some damage done, but it pales in comparison to this. Yeah, it's all these losses. As the mineral line will fall. We're losing up to 35 probes. GG gets called, and SHIN takes game number 1. GG. Whew. And GG, well played. SHIN, he will take a lead in the series. He will take the first game. Winding it back here when it comes to the match itself, we did mention earlier that SHIN, that Geralt, he was all in. Geralt, he went for a 3-base 8-gate all in. He was hyper committed, hyper aggressive. And what did he really achieve? What did Geralt achieve? Well, he traded against the Zerglings and he was able to kill the 4th base. True, but that's not good enough. That is not good enough. Despite the 4th base going down, despite trading against the Zerglings, we saw that SHIN was able to get away with the Spire, and SHIN was able to max out. He was able to reach peak saturation, build up and max out on Mutaling Roach, and we saw that, again, the Stalker damage done early on was not good enough, and SHIN fell behind in regards to his... and Geralt fell behind in regards to his economy, his upgrades, his tech, his everything else. GG. GG, well played. With that, SHIN does take a lead in the series, and we'll see how Geralt will approach game number 2. As I mentioned, in the current meta of PvZ, you're seeing one of two things. Either all-ins out of Protoss, or hyper defensive turtle player to Protoss. Like one or the other. Like there's no in between, as in between is considered not to be viable at the moment in the current patch and iteration of the game. So we'll see what Gerald has in store for us this time. As game 2 is going to be on Rainfall. Let's go. Let us go. Rainfall, of course, is a smaller map. The map pool, smaller map, shorter rush distance by ground. Aggression is heavily favored here on Rainfall, and we'll see what kind of aggression Gerald gets into. Likewise, bearing in mind that just because aggression is favored doesn't mean it has to come from Gerald, it can also come from SHIN. That's the scary thing here about Rainfall. It is a double-edged sword. Double-edged, baby, double-edged. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Rainfall, we have the red Protoss player, himself, the Polish Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player, himself, representing onside. It is SHIN. True, I need to fix that up. I forgot, but yes, SHIN did join Onside Gaming a couple of days ago. I think yesterday or the day before. True. My mistake. But yes, has joined the team. I do think he's a very nice addition, to be honest. A very, very nice addition to Onside. Remember, Onside, they at one point did have Solar on their team. And now they're able to round their team off with SHIN as well, which is really cool. I feel like he fits in well with kind of like the content creators they have with Crank, with Rex. As for now, we're calming down. Standard openers. Once again, Gerald is here to delay the expand, to ideally force the unnatural natural. Gerald is in position. SHIN expanding here at the linear third. And from here, again, eyes are going to be on the initial take of choice. Stargate openers are standard, but now that we're loading into Rainfall, there's a chance we might see something a little bit different, like a Twilight Council opener, or maybe something else more sinister. Again, when it comes to Rainfall, the rush distance by ground is quite short. So there's also this high ground elevated position here in between the bases that can be abused, as the attack path is very direct into the natural, and you can shut down and abuse the low ground expansions here by taking over the high ground location. So we'll see. We shall see. Just catching up. BS, if you're in the chat, !B, would you have the bracket command available? And we also have our next player waiting for the winner of this series. Looks like a Clem. Clement, baby. He is waiting for the winner of SHIN versus Gerald. We'll get into the bracket later. But that also means we have our next series as well. True. We have our next series. For now, we have our 6 links on the way. This is a bit of an excess amount of Zerglings here from SHIN. Oh, my apologies. That is earlier link speed that I'm used to seeing here. So link speed is on the way. We have 8 links in production here for SHIN. SHIN does intend to be much more aggressive. Chases down the probe, and can SHIN slip by and target down the pylon? I believe the goal here is that the Overlord has eyes on the attempted Adept, and we'll be able to confirm when Gerald moves out across the map. Meanwhile, Twilight Council opened out to Gerald. We spoke about this earlier. Stargate opens a standard, but here on Rainfall, we do see Twilight Council play. This could be Glaives, this could be DTs. Lings a hide on the left-hand side. Does Gerald find this? Oh! Does Shade. Yeah, does commit to Shade. Does find some of these Zerglings. Does intercept. At the same time, 4 Lings, they do poke in. They head for the mineral lines, and probes may start going down. So far, good reaction by Gerald. Does pull away. 2 Lings into the main. They don't get any kills. Nice defense. Very nice. Gerald defends well. And Gerald holds. Does hold on. Meanwhile, it is going to be Glaives, not Dark Templar. But do you see what I see? I don't see a Robo. This may just be 3-gate Glaives into a 3rd. This might be a more macro variation. There we go. There's that 3rd gateway. Oh, we're going for another? Going for a 4th? We are. Okay, so 4-gate Glaives. But again, there is no Robo, so there's no Warp Prism with this. Instead, we're going to be relying on pylons to warp in across the map to reinforce. No Robo, no Warp Prism. True, I guess technically, gee, oh my god, as we're doubling down even further, we're getting up to 6 gates. So 2 base, 6 gate all in here, but again, it's going to be hitting without a robo and without the warp prism instead with a pylon, so this is a little bit more viable here because of that. You're saving money by not getting a robo. One adept does get caught out. SHIN is still unaware of what's going on. Does get a safety roach horn though, and SHIN, what has he seen so far? He scouts. He scouts the main base. SHIN, he confirms. God damn it, Diva. But SHIN, he confirms all the gates, confirms glaives, and SHIN is fully aware of the all-in that's coming his way. SHIN knows. He knows, Pappy. And with that, SHIN is going to be getting ready. Roach production has begun. You can see here no saturation at the natural or at the third. Gordy, he throws down the third, but I believe this is a fake out. Oh, that's a kill? Oh no, that's a kill, not a cancel. Ay, Gerald. He's getting shut down before he can really get this going here. Again, he has 6 gateways. Yeah, 6 gateways setting up. More depths are warping in. The longer this goes on, the worse it is for Gerald. As Gerald, he has not made a probe in quite some time. Again, he's hoping that retaking this base forces SHIN, or does force him to drone and maybe think this is a more standard game. There's a pylon on the high ground. Gerald has arrived. But SHIN is ready. Yeah, the roaches are here. Roaches, they have arrived. They should not kill the pylon in time. Warbins will finish. And here go the Lings. Yeah, Lings, they move in. They attempt to look down the army. They're going for the sword because they force a recall. Oof. Yeah, the army gets shut down. The pylon, the adepts, the stalkers as well.
You're engaging the opponent. Time to raise your APM.
God, every time. God damn it, SHIN. Yeah, SHIN will clean this up. Again, the pylon, the all-in. And Gerald has nothing back at home. There's nothing to defend. We're throwing down a couple of safety batteries. We're trying to warp in some sentries, force fields, some regular vanilla stalkers. But the defense here should be just too poor. Like, it's just not good enough. There's no economy. There's 44 probes. And SHIN is here to lock this down. Shows the biles. Oh. So let's try to lock this down. And he does. Oh, biles they connect. A bit of friendly fire. But depths are falling. Biles on the pylon as well. Oof. Grazing more depths. SHIN steps in, and there's just not enough at home. Not enough at home to defend. Again, the all-in failed earlier. It was so delayed as well due to the early Ling aggression. And GG gets called. GG gets called, and SHIN will claim the series 2-0, advancing on to the next round. GG. Whew. GG, well played, congratulations. SHIN, he will claim the series, he will advance on. Again, Gerald, he went for 2 different variations of all-in. Game 1, he went into a 3-base 8-gate all-in. Game 2, he went for a 2-base 6-gate all-in. Game 1 was, of course, Mass Blink Stalker. Game 2 was Glaive Adepts, but alas, he just wasn't able to really get the ball rolling, wasn't able to get enough damage done, wasn't able to get across the map. GG. GG well played. With that, SHIN will claim the series, and we are getting ready for our next matchup. ! B in the chat.